Welcome back to the show. This is LuminousStress, where we're always stressed out. You can see the meters over on the red today. Today is going to be a fun day, though. I've got a lot planned. It is time to start thinking about building some kind of base. And since we have embraced the idea of fishing, we are going to build a little fish hut with attached to possibly a new dock. Maybe we can reuse this one. Maybe we have to build a new one. And then because we're getting so much fish, I want to build some kind of smokehouse. So the storage system I'm planning on doing for this series is, instead of one large storage system, a bunch of smaller ones. So a smokehouse for the fish, maybe some kind of cellar for other meats and things. We'll do a woodshed for the wood, things of that nature. And so the first step, of course, is we need a house. And the second step is we might have to move our wagon. We'll think about that later. And of course, then get the smoker going. A couple other things I want to do this episode is, we didn't make it into the Nether yet, so I want to run up there today. And I also want to go revisit our iron farm and hopefully separate the poppies that are coming out of it and have them automatically go into the composter instead of having to manually do that. And so we have a lot to do. Let's get started. Okay, we're here at the entrance to the Nether portal that Explorer Redburn built, but we need to put on a gold helmet so that we are safer in the Nether. And let's jump in. This is, of course, my first jaunt. We should get the advancement. There we go. We need to go deeper, and we are in the Nether, and this is not the greatest spawn location. Let's see what we can see. Not much. So what I'm after basically is quartz at this point. So perhaps maybe the best thing to do, mine and see where we end up. Quick trip to the Nether. We're about to jump back into the overworld, but we got what we needed, and that is nether quartz, a little bit of gold, and of course way too much netherrack, which is normal when you come to a biome like this. But we need the quartz so that we can build some redstone on our iron farm. So hopefully we got everything we need. We'll head back through and get going on that project. Okay, so this isn't the prettiest redstone system in the world. With the magic of the replay mod here, we can show you a little bit better how I did the redstone. As you can see, this simple circuit that pulls the poppies out of the stream of chests and hoppers that are dropping the iron down, and instead shifting those poppies over here to the right and then dropping them down a second circuit all the way into the bottom where I'm standing. So on the right, we have the poppies. On the left, we have iron. Now, later, we will upgrade this server to 1.21 or 1.21. When we do that and we get auto crafters, we will be able to put auto crafter in here and actually have all of this iron crafted into iron blocks, which will make the system able to hold even more iron, as if it needed to hold any more. Okay, now that we have the iron farm sorting complete, let's head back over to the wagon and work on our homestead. This is the area I want to build our cabin and fishing hut. So we're going to remove this cactus. We're going to remove the sugar cane. We'll get rid of these dead bushes here, and we're going to start building this area. I want to build out of dark oak, and we'll do some different designs in there to get it to look right. But it all starts with cleaning up the area, and we can add this cactus to the world's smallest cactus farm over here. For this build, I just wanted to see what I could do free-forming. So I picked the area out of where I wanted to build. I knew the rough shape. I knew I wanted a rectangular shape. So I just started building pillars down. You can see I misplaced the wrong one there and had to move it over. And I went all the way down to the ground. I don't know why, I just did. But then I cleared the area out. You'll see that I don't like flowing water underneath the house like this. So I moved in all source blocks there. And we got building. Basic shape is just a rectangular bottom here. Nothing too fancy. Almost looks like an 8. And then we started bringing the walls up. And again, I don't really have a plan. I'm just winging it to see what I can do at this point. Box it in and start to think about, okay, what's next? I realize there's a nice little water feature there in the front. We could plant some sugarcane or something for a detail. And then I start to build the roof. I don't get very far and I go, you know what? I want to turn it around. So we have to, again, we're just free-wheeled in this. We have to start over. And so we go to the other side, start building it up. Basically the same pitch, using a lot of slabs in here. I wanted a slow, gradual pitch with the idea of just a sea shanty. Which is why I'm using mostly all the same material. It isn't supposed to be overly engineered or too well built. Keep running out of supplies. I got to run back to the chest of the war wagon there to get more and more stuff. And it's starting to come together at this point. We have a basic shape. The roof's just about finished, and start to think about, well, where do I want to put doors and windows? But before all of that, I do run back to get more supplies, and I realize I need to mob proof the roof. So the way I like to mob proof these roofs is just use buttons, or in this case, I'm going to use pressure plates. Kind of gives a shingle look, and you only have to go every other row there. Again, this is just to keep anything from spawning up there, so I don't have to have it totally lit. And that's our basic shape. It's not too fancy, but again, it's just a shanty there by the lake for a little bit of a home, and we'll spruce it up here a little bit. Well, it isn't much, but we call it home. So this is our shack by the sea. We got a nice dock here where we can fish, made out of campfires that have been put out. Goes around all sides. I've got some sugarcane up front just for greenage, and we have taken care of 8 raids so far. Or not raids, but pillagers. And this is the inside. We've got just a simple little awning over a table. Nothing fancy there. 1 barrel. I got a cartographer table and a crafting table, along with a little bunk bed over here on the side. It's a lot of windows because I want the natural light to come in. I do have some lanterns in here so mobs won't spawn. But it's a very simple design. Nothing too fancy. And we'll deal with sprucing it up a little bit more later. But that is officially our little starter house. And it might end up being our house. Like I said, I want to build a bunch of other small buildings that take care of the other items that we need. So instead of having one really large base, like so many other YouTubers do, we might end up with a little village on the edge of town, as it were. Well, here we are out on the dock of the fishing shack, and of course we're fishing again. And it dawns on me, we need something, or rather somewhere, to smoke all of this fish that we're catching. And so I'm going to have to build us a smoke shack. And what I want to build it at is going to be mostly spruce. So I've got some spruce that I got from a wandering trader. And I've got some dirt. What we need to do is go plant the saplings, use some bone meal, grow it up, and go do some logging. So let's go. So I've cleared out this area right here, and we are going to build a smoker, and I've got a block back there placed as my marker for where the back corner goes. But I'm going to build a smokehouse. We're going to have, I think, 8 smokers in here and hanging racks where we can hang all of the fish that we're fishing out of the lake. Smoker is complete. As you can see, we use barrels for the pillars on the outside, but I didn't want all of them to be barrels, so I wrapped the corner here in spruce trapdoors, and we did the same thing over here on the back side. But we do have a lot of barrels behind all of these chains, so we have plenty of storage for our smoked foods. I have 8 actual smokers in here so we can actually smoke the fish we're catching. And then just for pure aesthetics with the chains, we've got fish hanging in here. So it looks like we're smoking fish the way you would in real life, where you would hang it in a smokehouse and smoke it out. A little detail on the back, I added some campfires on top with a trap door in that back corner, so it does give the appearance from a distance that there is smoke rising again, because this is the smokehouse and you would have smoke rising. Well, that's all I have for you today. It was a busy episode. We've got the smoker complete behind us. We also have our fishing shack complete, so we've got a new space to live and fish. Perhaps next week we'll take the old dock down. I'm not sure. But that's it for today. We didn't get to everything. I still need to build a bridge over to where we've been finding the horses and things. Need to do something else with the sugarcane behind me. And we've got a lot more space behind us to build, to expand this homestead on the edge of town near the lake. But again, that's all for today. Thank you for tuning in. And if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you. And just because I always like to show you guys, this is all the loot I got in the last couple days of fishing. 3 books. The fishing poles, I actually combined a bunch to get this good one here, and I started combining the bows as well. I had, I think, 5 or 6 of those. So that's the haul for the week. We'll see you next time.